Hey guys, this is gonna be part 5 of a single turbo build. I already pulled the transmission out. There it is. And also pulled the clutch off. This was a 335 IS clutch or a 550i clutch. I am still waiting on the twin disc. I went with the Motiv Twin Disc. And I'm gonna be changing the transmission fluid. I got some new hardware. Also, I got a stainless steel pivot. So because the plastic ones or the brass ones, I heard that they like to smush and they wear off a lot faster than the stainless steel one. And I also got a new rear main seal. I did do the rear main seal 20k miles ago, but I'm gonna do it again. Transmission is a little bit greasy, so I'm just gonna use this stuff right here just to break down all that grease and clean it up a bit.
Do me bem.
So I got the transmission all cleaned up the best I could. It turned out pretty nice. There's this weird oxidation just happened on the surface, but we're all good. I didn't really want to get too crazy with it, like paint and stuff like that. Just wanted to get it degreased as best as possible. All right, now I'm just gonna change the fluid in it. It don't look too bad, but it's best to replace it. I'm just gonna let it drain for a while. All right, so I let it drain for about an hour, and now I'm gonna put the new fluid in. This is the fluid that I bought from FCP Euro. It should take roughly around 1.5 to 2 quarts to fill it back up. So that's one. This is a pretty helpful design right here, not gonna lie. I mean, unless if the transmission's already out of the car. Just one more key thing, just make sure the transmission is as level as possible. Just so, you know, you get the best level of fluid. So like, as you can see, it's starting to come out a little bit. I'm just gonna push a little bit more in and then just screw it back in. That was just about 2 quarts. This is literally almost empty. I probably have like this much left in it and just a little bit right there, but. Okay, so I'm gonna put this pivot in. So what I'm simply gonna do is just take a socket that just fits on the outer edge of the pivot. Just gonna put it in and then bang it in with the hammer. And there you go, nice and flush in there. Also, I will be replacing the pilot bearing to a new one right here. So the way you guys remove these pilot bearings is you buy this grease needle fitting. You could probably buy your local AutoZone. That's where I bought mine for like, it's like $8. So then you guys see that hole? This sharp needle point, focus, it's gonna go in that hole. What you simply do is just pump grease and then that pressure is just gonna push the pilot bearing out. Oh, there it is, got the new bearing in. Alright, so I just pulled off my rear main seal. It's very simple, just drill a small hole, screw a screw in it, and then just use a hammer or something and just wedge it out. It's a very easy method to do, not hard. Now let's pop the new one in. There you go. I got the rear main seal in. Just make sure you put the sealant that goes in those grooves on the edges right here. I never really used that crazy BMW sealant they recommend with the primer and then the sealant. I just always put like the black RTV in there. I never had a problem. I mean, my last rear main seal was almost about 30K miles, roughly 30K miles, and there was no signs of leak anywhere. The clutch just came in, so let's take a look at it. And this is the Motiv Twin Disc that's rated for like 850 torque, so it should be more than enough for my needs. There it is, that throwout bearing at the clutch fork. Got the alignment tool. Oh, this thing is heavy, guys. It's probably like, it's like 45 pounds, I think. Just gonna take it apart real quick and take a quick look at it. I don't know if there's an installation video out there with this specific type of clutch. I wanted to go with the X clutch, the ceramic X clutch, but they were out of stock and it would be pretty hard to get my hands on one of those. So I just went with this, which I heard it's a pretty good clutch. There it is. And there's the steel single mass flywheel. All right, and then there's the 8-bolt because I have a 2007, so this is the 8-bolt clutch. All right, guys, I got all the bolts in. I already got them all torqued down to OEM spec, and also there's thread locker on each bolt, so don't forget the thread locker. I got the clutch on. All these bolts are torqued down to spec with a Loctite. It's like 8 foot-pounds. That's what they recommend. So they're all torqued down. Now I can put the transmission back up. All right, so I got everything finished up. Everything's all bolted in and good to go. I already put about 30 miles on the clutch. And everything's good. I'm just gonna start the car up for you guys so you guys can hear the clutch. It doesn't do a lot of chattering. All right, as you can hear. Nothing too excessive, but when I push the clutch in, so I heard once the clutch is broken in, that sound gets a lot quieter. And I'm gonna say the clutch is pretty aggressive. All right, so I'm gonna give you guys a little test drive. So when I installed the throwout bearing, I used the low side of the throwout bearing, not the high side. So the clutch pretty much grabs. There's like a little bit of, I'm not gonna say dead space, but it feels really light, and then the clutch gets pretty hard to push in. It's a lot heavier than OEM. It's more like a leg workout at this point. So it's pretty aggressive, so you have to slip it a bit more than you would usually do. If you don't, it literally just jerks you forward pretty hard. But other than that, not too bad. The car does feel a lot more solid than it had the dual mass flywheel. I can't give you guys a complete review yet, just because I haven't broken in the clutch yet. As you can see, I'm around 36 miles. Once I reach around the 500 mark, then I can start to really push on this clutch. And currently, the car is pushing around 28 PSI of boost, which is quite a bit on E40.